Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Updated, your weekly news podcast all about the games news of the week. And we've got 7 amazing topics to discuss for later on. But I've got some other things I need to talk to you about. We're growing as a community, but I'd love to grow that little much faster. So please, if you can share this video around, it would really help me out. But I'd like any of your support whatsoever. So subscribing, liking really does help me out. So let me start off with the video with that. But as I said, this is your weekly news podcast, and I cannot wait to tell you the 7 topics of the week. So we start off. Hold on, sorry, I've got. I was prepared, but then I quickly lost track. So we got 7 new topics to discuss. The first one was Ubisoft Forward Presentation 2 and what I'd like to see in it. The Mario 3D Collection announced, and sadly it's got limited availability. Madden 21 low score on Metacritic. Yeah, so basically we talk about Madden 21. EA is putting ads inside UFC 4. What a dick move. So EA is not doing well in this week. Apex reverts Armour decision, which it'd be interesting to talk about and my thoughts, opinions on that sort of stuff. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, shit title by the way. Next gen price is 70 quid. Oh, that's a lot to say, because especially as Activision is demanding that. And my last, yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun discussing that one. And finally, the Avengers game divides customer base about how they feel about it. So, how about we get straight into the first topic, which, as I just said, Ubisoft Forward Presentation 2, and what I kind of expect out of it. So, it was like, literally, I think they announced it on Tuesday, the day after I published episode 5 of Updated. So, it's kind of interesting to see this sort of shit unfold before my eyes, but thinking, oh, you couldn't have said it a day earlier. Oh, it's fine. But yeah, Ubisoft has gone and it's going to be different this time, because compared to last time, we didn't know the half the shit that was going on behind Ubisoft doors. If you haven't watched like the news at all, there has been a lot of sexual allegations at high priority members at Ubisoft, so the people actually running the show. So there's a lot of that going around, and it's not fun. It's not an easy topic to discuss, and in all certainty, I cannot explain it as well as probably other people inside this YouTube ecosystem. So my best recommendation to do is genuinely look at Jim Sterling. He best describes it, even though he is a bit more harsh about some of their games. So just speaking more about their games than I am, but he is spot on about how disgusting this games industry truly can be to a lot of employees and to customers as well. He's spot on about that. So please watch that sort of stuff. But that is the one thing we've got to keep an eye on. We need to hear an apology. They need to fucking apologize, and they need to they need to make a promise. They need to make a promise to fire every single person that has been in these allegations. Let me say that right now. I would be certainly disappointed if they didn't, because that is disgusting to even hear that people have been going through this sort of stuff. But Ubisoft, you're in deep shit at the moment. You're in huge deep shit about that. But that's been in the past, and I can't talk about that as well as other people, especially as some of them have been through it. And I genuinely, if you want to look at this, there's many news reports, many biographies, newspaper biographies written about the tales that they've had to deal with, and genuinely it's disgusting. It is genuinely disgusting, and Ubisoft games that no, even EA hasn't got they are grimy creatures at EA, but even they haven't stooped that low. Ubisoft, just get your shit together. Get your fucking shit together. Fire the people that needs to be fired. Even the fucking Yves Grimaux, the head of Ubisoft, basically, the CEO of Ubisoft, his son is genuinely part of this thing. And no offense, I don't care if he is your son. It's disgusting to even consider. It's not right. It's never right. So keep that in mind. So I still haven't got onto the conversation of what do I expect out of this. So yeah, so please keep that in mind about the allegations, all that other stuff. But I will make a sharp right turn and say I am excited. I'm excited for what is to come for this. I think it's happening this month. I'm not entirely sure. They announced the date, and honestly, I'll do a review. I'll do a personal opinion and impression to take the piss out of it, because that's what. Usually, if it's about a game, then yes, I'm more professional. But when it comes to presentations, I will happily take the fucking piss out of it. But yeah, I am looking forward to it, just to take the piss out of it, making funny jokes. And also to see the games, because I know they can produce high quality games. And weirdly enough, I'm also excited for Gods and Monsters, even though technically I've heard only now. I heard during literally today, as of the time of recording, Monday, or the 7th of September, and I'm just thinking I've just found out they've renamed Gods and Monsters to something stupid, because Gods and Monsters was an actually good title. Okay, I'm putting that forward. That's stupid. They had to fucking change that. Maybe it's in like a different country, or it's like a movie that's got Gods and Monsters in their title. But hey. What do I expect out of it? As I just said, Gods and Monsters. Very much looking forward to gameplay of that. A story trailer. Maybe we'll get some more gameplay. Maybe we'll get a gameplay trailer of Far Cry 6. I'm hoping. I genuinely hope. And maybe we've got quite a bit of Watch Dogs Legion, and we've got quite a bit from Assassin's Creed. I'm not that I can understand when we've heard enough about them. So I know that they've got Rainbow Six Quarantine, and that needs to be talked about massively. Me and a couple of mates are very much looking forward to that game. I want the story trailer, I want gameplay trailer. I want to know what's changed from the best way to describe it is the event that took place in Rainbow Six Siege. So and the post-launch of that, how's that going to be affected? Because I think this is also going to be another games as a live service. And even like it's just stupid questions as to is this like Left 4 Dead or almost. I know there's just like one question in my mind is, all right, we've had that cool thing, and we've got actual story to Rainbow Six Siege, and trust me, I know a couple of mates who are genuinely excited for this. They love the backstory, weirdly enough, to like the likes of Ash and all that lot, and I'm sure they would genuinely love to get their teeth into this. But there's many different games that they've talked about in the past that I'm genuinely excited for. Of course, I've spoken about Far Cry 6, and my god, we've got I always forget his name. I remember the last bit. Esposito, John Corleone Esposito. I can't remember. He's the main bad guy of Breaking Bad. June Corleone. No, that's fuck it. I can't remember. But still, it should be very exciting to see him. Again, he's very good at being a bad guy, even though he's generally in real life he's the nicest guy in the world. It's just one of those things where he can be quite scary. But I hope he does a very good. I think he needs new layers to it. I don't want a purely bad guy, because we've had that in the past. What? 3 things. I want there to be genuine things. Okay, right. Stop in your track. Why are we doing this? Why is he a bad guy? Does he genuinely feel like he can control the country because, as in, like, to help it thrive? Is he doing this for the right reasons? Why is this? I genuinely want to support. As sad as it sounds, but I want to support this character into developing into something that I truly can see as a good villain. So we've had enough of these villains from the Far Cry series saying, "Oh, I'm wacky, that's my characteristic," and it's like, okay. Far Cry 5 for me was very interesting because I was always against. I'm not against, but I was much more. Best way to describe it is involved with. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. I am a lot more enthralled about the story because it's all about religion and the good parts, the bad parts, and I love talking about that sort of shit, particularly the bad parts. Don't at me. I'm a weird person, okay. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this Ubisoft conference. We have a lot to discuss when it actually comes out about the politics inside of Ubisoft and the games that are actually coming out. And yeah, I just want to get my hands. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about everything. And yeah, how about we move on? We're getting up there. We're certainly done with this topic. If we're about Ubisoft, so that's enough Ubisoft for this week. Now we got to talk about fucking Nintendo. Now, my God, I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would actually have to complain about Nintendo. Well, not complain, because my God, they gave me something I genuinely wanted for a very long time. In fact, no, they gave me half of what I wanted. They gave me Mario Galaxy. Well, I can basically rebuy Mario Galaxy. To be fair, I would literally, if they gave it to said to me, that's the only game, and you could buy it for 60 quid. I'm like, okay, I buy it. okay then. I'm a sucker for that. I'm a sucker for pain. But no matter what, if I get actually, it's the 3D collection, right? It has 3 games in it. So it's got Super Mario 64, it's got Super Mario Sunshine, and it's got Super Mario Galaxy. Why it doesn't have Super Mario Galaxy 2, I don't know. That's bullshit, Nintendo. That's bullshit. But hey, it has up-res textures, it's got the usual sort of remastered shit. So don't expect like a full remake where it looks better than the original does, like by a mile. Expect it to be a little bit better. But you get 3 games that you get to play on your Switch anywhere and everywhere you go. Let me just say, right there, it's already worth the price of entry. But the problem that everyone's having with it is that it's got limited availability for only 6 months. Even through physical and digital. It's very weird. And very, I don't know, scum-like in a way. Because obviously they've got a plan. Nintendo wouldn't do this unless they didn't have a plan. This is their 35. This is the 35th anniversary for Mario, basically, since the first Mario Bros. Came out. And of course, Mario's had a very long and a very good track record for a lot of their games, especially their 2D, their 3D. So they said, right, we're going to do a collection. We're going to do a 3D collection. There's Super Mario 64. They're going to do their Super Mario Sunshine, which was very well. So, in fact, a lot of their 3D games have been very, very good. Their 2D games have been a hit and a miss, almost. A lot of their 2D games from the beginning were very, very good. Then they moved over to the 3D, and everyone went, we like that. But then they tried redoing 2D games, and it didn't seem to work out. Not in my opinion. There's some of their 3D games that came out to the Wii, the Wii U, and all that other stuff that I thought was a bit shit. And there was a lot more announcements with Mario. There was, don't get me wrong, there was a lot more out of it. There was that Mario Kart 8, which it's 100 fucking quid for the fucking toy that you can race around your living room. It's hilarious to think that it's going to cost me. Not cost me. I am certainly not buying it. I don't know now. It's as weird as it sounds. Nintendo has always kind of not forced me, but it's always kind of said to me that we know what you want. I'm like, I don't want toys. I don't want toys. I do want toys. I want all your toys. Just give it to me. Give it to me. I've never been a toy person. Okay, I've always preferred games over this, but my god, Nintendo's got a fucking handle on me saying, you know you want this. I'm like, I do. Stop it. I'm a 21-year-old man. I don't need this. It's £100. I've got 400. I can buy 4 of them. Or something ridiculous like that. Honestly, Nintendo have sold their products to me, whether I liked it or not, and at the expense of my wallet. But what pisses people off is it just seems like a scummy move to really put this in a limited availability, this 3D collection. Because to me, it just says, in 6 months, we're going to make an announcement saying that every single Nintendo console, it will be virtually done then. I'm thinking, so basically you could have easily bought, for a cheaper price probably, Super Mario Galaxy by itself, Super Mario Sunshine by itself, and even Super Mario 64 by itself. So someone says to me saying, they have a plan, and this was the best thing they could think of. And it's so scummy, so disgusting to think about that. Maybe they revert this decision, because honestly, I don't know. It feels like a cheap shot in a way. And especially as I'm skint at the moment, I'm barely buying the games that I want. I'm game sharing with a mate of mine, and it's like, all right, I buy one, you buy one, and we don't have the same thing for the Switch. So we're like, oh shit, this is the best. So Nintendo, can you do that for me, like game sharing? So 2 accounts can go, right, I buy a game, you buy a game, that sort of shit. That I want out of Nintendo, because I know I've got Nintendo, Ash has a Nintendo, and the Luscious Lads lot definitely have, well, I think all of us have a Nintendo Switch by the end of it. So we'd love to share accounts and all that sort of shit, and it would genuinely mean more money for you. It would genuinely mean more money for you. It just means saying, like, this one person's buying the games, and then another one's going to buy another one. It's going to be good business sense. Just trust me on this. Just trust me on this, okay? But man, it also seems so weird to say the limited availability on a digital release. It's easier to say that it's going to have a limited availability during coronavirus if it has a physical release. I can completely understand that, because this is a very difficult time. It is. Oh, I said the C word. I said. Oh god, this is not gonna go around YouTube. But yeah, just to let you know, that this just seems so scummy, so disgusting. This is unlike Nintendo. Usually, I sing praises about Nintendo. I usually talk about Nintendo like they are the savior. They have some scummy practices that no one understands, and then they eventually go, "And this doesn't make sense either," and they get rid of them. It's like old Nintendo. It's the old side of Nintendo that's coming through. They are an old company. So it's kind of weird to me to say that everything. This is a new thing, and to me, it's so weird. I cannot understand it. As a business, I've done business studies. Yeah, you can force limit the availability of stuff and make more people like go, right, we need to buy it. But then, what if, right, you've got Christmas, you can buy it at Christmas at the end of the day, but we're at a very important time in this year that not many people are going to buy this game because we don't have the money. We are very much, there has been so many jobs being at the moment being lost because employers cannot pay employees, so the people who have lost jobs, who don't have the money, who are surviving by their very by their very teeth almost. You cannot do this. You cannot have a limited availability. This is the time to say, alright, we'll make this a cheap product, but we'll keep it for a very long time. We need cheap products at the moment. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 came out at a perfect time. It's 40 quid, and it's nostalgia hit for the ages. It's got free updates, it's got free everything, and I'm sure as hell Activison is going to bring out monetization anytime soon. But until that point, just hear me out, Nintendo. Just don't continue the path that continues down this dark path. Leave it be. Leave the people alone. We need this year we need every game to get through this year. We're gonna get through this whole dark path. You cannot fuck it up for us. Oh, Nintendo, I'll sing your praises in another video, but until then, we won't. So, on to our next topic. Okay, we're on to the EA section. Oh, I love a bit of EA beating. I love beating up the dead horse. So yes, EA's at it again. Oh, fucking idiots! They're always right. We'll talk about the first segment, which is the Madden 21 low score. People are sick of it. Are genuinely sick of your bullshit. Reviewers can't even defend it. You have got a low score on user and critically. Your games are a pile of trash. Everyone's disgusted by it, and I'm surprised if FIFA came out now, let's be honest, it will probably get the same reaction. It just confuses me how sports players have taken it for this long right up the arse. Right up their pocket. Right through their wallet. Like, genuinely, do you stand there and go, yeah, I want to pay money to get cards? And it's like, digital things that you're going to lose the year after because this is a yearly installment. This is bullshit, and you should not take it. You should not give them money. And sure, I complain about this. But worst thing is, some people don't have a choice. Some people have gambling issues, and that is what loot boxes are. They are horrendous bullshit of gambling. And then they manipulate them to say, yeah, you need it. You need it every year. Not only do you need it every year, but you need the same cards. You want the same enthusiastic people on YouTube saying, buy the cards, buy the cards. And it's like, it gears into their addiction going, I need it. I need to buy it. And as horrendous as it is, people get out of gambling and into video games because they don't want to fucking gamble. At the end of the day, that is the point. People want to get out of gambling and into something that they may have enjoyed as a younger audience. It's horrendous now that people will go inside games like Call of Duty, like Madden, like FIFA, and they get greeted with more gambling. And then they get set off. They get set off another time. They get set off because they want to spend money. They don't want to get in the same situation that gambling got themselves into. And it's disgusting to see that EA continues this bullshit. It's horrendous. EA, get your fucking shit together. And worst of all, the reason why the low user score, not because of they've had enough of that. No. There's more microtransactions this time. This time, worst of all, they're now using this new thing called the whatever stupid thing. It's just basically cosmetic DLC, cosmetic stuff that you can buy for your characters. And it's not even good. If you haven't seen already, look at the Angry Joe show. They are much more passionate about American football than I am. I have never played it in my life. Of course, they grew up around it. Of course, I can understand that. And they are much more enthusiastic about sports games than I could ever be. But my God, and I could say the same thing about FIFA. no matter what. These sports games coming out of fucking EA, they're half-assed. The bugs, the glitches, there was literally a thing in his video saying that like Madden 20, and even though it's Madden 21, it was these same art assets being reused after year, and they can't even be fucking bothered to change them. It's not just on the publishing side, it's on the fucking developing side as well. They're half-assing these games, and we should not accept these, and yet they are. Until now. They're critically being bombed by critics, and user-generated critics they're being bombed. I shouldn't be using bombed because that is kind of a bad word, but fuck it. No, it is horrendous. No one is liking the new Madden 21. No one is accepting EA's bullshit in this. So get it together, EA. Actually create a good game. No, fuck it. You know what? Cancel Madden. Cancel it. I know it makes you a lot of money, but sure as hell, I don't think it will for a long time. In fact, I think next year you will have a decreased player. Just people playing this game. There's no point. This is a simulation of American football, right? A lot of people want to play it because you can have a simulation of the actual football, of playing American football. And for a lot of people, that's what they want to do. Especially as, let's say, you don't want to say, right, let's say you struggle to get up normally. You have a condition where maybe you can't play American football, but you can play it on a game. That's what people want to use it for. They want to put themselves in that seat. At the moment, you're not allowing them. You are not allowing them to have this dignity of playing there unless you force them to pay for the fucking gambling. And I know it's just for one fucking mode, but you're still forcing them to go into... It's still part of the game. You cannot... That's why I hate just cosmetic DLC bullshit. It's still part of the game. No matter what. How you change your players, how you design them, it's still part of the main game. Changing the appearance. Look at XCOM, for example. People love to change the appearance of all of their soldiers to make a unique story about them. We should not accept bullshit microtransactions in games unless they give us something in return. I can understand if they said, right, we've got microtransactions, but we're going to give you free updates and we're going to give you this. And it's like, yeah, I can understand that. And that's why I don't mind Apex Legends or that sort of stuff. They need to make the money somehow. Surprisingly, it's a business. I can understand that. But when you're paying 60 quid and you have to pay for each DLC, it's bullshit. It's outright bullshit. Or even look at the sports titles. You've got to pay 60 quid a year, and you get free bug. The bugs go away basically from a game. That's standard fucking practice, EA. You don't make us fucking pay for it. Oh, it's ridiculous. You are the epitome of fucking disgusting. Oh. And then I've got to talk about you next, first of all, because you keep fucking up. You're fucking up everything in this industry, man. It's disgusting to think that you've got sports titles in American football, and you've also got titles such as FIFA, who makes you billions. It makes you bloody billions, and people pay for this. And I don't blame the players. I will never blame the players. In fact, that's what they are. I made a mistake saying they are payers, but that's what they are. They are the whales. They are the people you target. And now I'm fed up of your bullshit, all your lies, all your treachery in this games industry, making Anthem a shitfest that it was, making game designers use an engine that is not optimized for the game that they want to make. EA, I've got to talk about you again. We're going to go on to the topic of UFC 4. And my god, this is a piss take. This is an outright piss take. You're making players watch an advert in between the gameplay segments. What the hell? And I even talked about like yearly iterations, right? This is the new yearly iteration. This is the UFC series. Once my mates even suggested to me saying this is not unlike a normal EA sports title. This isn't yearly iterations. This isn't going to be their usual sort of bullshit. And I said to them, no, I bet it will. I bet it fucking will. And they said, no, it won't. And we had this argument over and over again. And now I get to rub this in their fucking face. Because this is another yearly iteration which takes stuff out, puts stuff back in, and they praise it for what it is. And no, it spits on the developers, saying they've got a year to do all this sort of stuff. And it just literally, worst of all, once a game releases, you just EA, get your fucking shit together. You cannot put advertisement inside all this sort of stuff. Oh, just it's disgusting to see. All right, don't get me wrong, I don't mind what they're advertising at the moment. They are advertising The Boys. I would advertise. No, I'm going to advertise for The Boys if I can. The Boys is a very good TV show. I don't mind that. But to actually put advertisement in your 60 quid game, which people are paying, sorry, I'm getting all over the place today, but still, people are paying 60 quid for this game, and you're putting advertisements in, you're making them pay for cosmetic DLC, and I'm sure as hell you're going to try and put a way in for them to put fucking loot boxes inside there. And I'm sure this is not the last time you're going to do this. Because technically at the moment, hold on, I'm going to read a statement from them. I'm going to bring up the fucking statement about what they fucking said. Sorry, I didn't realise I was going to actually get this up. But fuck it, you know what? Those little twats fucking deserve me getting this up. EA apologise. Yeah, you can probably hear my mechanical keyboard about this whole thing. There we go. EA apologised for displaying large ads in UFC 4. Let's read this shit. An EA right, this is what they've said. An EA spokesperson has since replied to these. Earlier this week, the team turned on ad placements for EA Sports UFC 4 that appeared during the replay moments in gameplay. The type of advertising in this type of advertising inventory is not new to the UFC franchise. No, it was actually in UFC 3. Worst of all, that is the case. And it wasn't picked up enough on because it was like 7 months on. And they thought they can do this 2 weeks after the... Let me just rephrase that. 2 weeks after the... Not only has reviews gone out and made everything that they've said about the game redundant. Not really, because they've still locked stuff behind paywalls. They've still took stuff out to put stuff back in, and it's just another EA bullshit fest. But another monetization route, which is ads, that is just so disgusting. Oh, EA, you fucking morons. This type of advertisement inventory is not new to the UFC franchise, though we have typically reserved displaying ads to specific main menu titles or Octagon logo placement. Yeah, I don't know much about this game except that the Octagon is like the place where the map basically. That's the best way to describe it. It's absolutely clear from your feedback that integrating ads into the replay and overlay experience is not welcome. No fucking shit. The post then continued to say the advertisements has been disabled by the team and we apologise for any disruptions to the game that players have experienced. We realise that this should have been communicated with players ahead of time, and that's on us. We want to make sure our players have the best experience playing EA Sports UFC 4. So ad integration into the replay and overlay experience would not be appearing in the future. for this game. Now, remind you, they will certainly fucking take the piss again, and they will try to do it in another fucking game. They will try to also put advertisements, because that's what they fucking do. This is EA taking few steps forwards, one step back. That is EA. They take the piss, they make it outrageous, and then the players go, alright, alright, we can accept this. No, you cannot accept any sort of bullshit intervention by EA. They will try to take the piss out of your 60 quid game to make as much money as they possibly can. No, this is not right. If this came up in any other game, in any other, we're talking what would be outrageous? In a fucking RPG, if it was in an RPG, we'd call bullshit on it. We would call absolute bullshit on it. We would be outraged. And yet, sports gamers, what? You just sit there and take it. What is the point? You are a voice on this internet. You raise it. Raise it loud and clear. Vote with your fucking wallet. Don't buy next year's UFC 5 or whatever it's going to be fucking called. Because sure as hell, it's going to be the same game. With stuff removed. And stuff back in. It's not going to be a title worth your time or your energy. Just don't do it. And integration is becoming more common in the sports game market. This is the same article that I'm reading, which already tend to get away with quite a lot where microtransactions are concerned. Hopefully fans continue to make their voice heard on the matter, and publishers keep listening. Damn fucking right. This is such a bullshit thing. We see this in fucking mobile games. They're free. I completely understand when I buy a genuinely interesting game that I can just play on my phone just for a few minutes and then, oh, there's an ad. Doesn't matter. That's how they make the money. So that doesn't bother me. That's free. If someone said to you, here's a free burger, but also, can you just listen, I've got an advertisement that helps me give you this free burger. Perfect. Alright, interesting. Maybe I'm interested in the advertisement. Perfect. I may buy it. But I also got a free burger. This is horrendous. You should not accept advertisement in 60 quid games. Worst of all, they're going to make next generation titles 70 quid, whether we like it or not. Activision has decided, 2K have decided. You think EA's not going to fucking decided this already? How thick are you if you genuinely think that EA's not going to do it? They're still going to have microtransactions. They're still going to take the fucking piss. And worst of all, they're also going to have a fucking battle pass. Right, actually, I don't mind battle passes. Let me put that there, right there. It's just a small bit of money, and you actually have some progression there. I think that's the best monetization value anyone could actually get. So that, personally, my battle passes are a way to go. Except for every fucking character for the Avengers game. That's fucking taking the piss, mate. 1 per season. 1 for every 3 months. So what, you pay overall, what? 8. So if I have anything to do with Apex, 8, 16, 24, 32 quid a year. That's how much I pay for Apex. I get free content. I get free characters. I get free maps. I get free changes. I get everything like that. 32 quid, bargain, fucking bargain, mate. Of course, there's other microtransactions in Apex, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about your stupid sports titles that should go on record and saying we need to cancel ourselves. No. Actually, no, fuck it. Give us to the independent developers. We can do so much better. We, as a community, can create better games than your fucking AAA studios can do. That's the worst point. We can make a better thing. We have more passion, more time, more energy into putting great products onto the shelves than your stupid. Every year you're taking the piss. Every year, do you know what? It feels like every time, like every week or every month, I have to complain about EA. Do I want to do it? Do I want to complain about the games industry? No. Do I want to complain about EA? Not really. It's fun to beat them, because, let's be honest, they fucking deserve it. I don't want to. EA, get your shit together. You've got a lot of great studios behind you. I know DICE, at one point, were very much the pinnacle of first-person shooter. No, that's a lie. Halo's always been the pinnacle. But the second person behind Halo. Battlefield, I admit, I really enjoyed Battlefield 4. I enjoyed Battlefield 1 to an extent. I enjoyed Battlefield 3. I enjoyed Battlefield 5 for the sort of. Still. But you're so far superior than. The Battlefield is far superior than Call of Duty. I'm just saying that right now. I despise Call of Duty. Battlefield doesn't come out every year with their bullshit microtransactions. But that's another thing. I'm surprised that they didn't do that. I'm honestly so surprised. Anyway, what we've got ahead of us now is that we need to stop talking about EA because I just gave them 20 minutes dedicated to shouting at them. But EA, get your shit together. I'm not going to tell you twice. And in fact, I don't think I even need to tell you that. I think you need to listen to your fucking community. Right, enough of... Oh no, kind of EA, but it's more subsidiary of EA. We've got Apex! Hey! They're my favourite topic to talk about. But this is kind of interesting to talk about. If you didn't know already, Apex Legends has, at the beginning of the season, kind of said to everyone saying, we wanted to change a significant part of the game, which is the time to kill. So what that usually is like it's how much damage you how long it would take to someone to die if you start shooting them. And they reduced this by 25 by reducing the armor value of what would be only Evo shields by 25 points, which is understandable. And this would make, and in my opinion, this was a very good decision because it's something different and it keeps the game healthy. But I kind of realised that a lot of Pro League players completely disagree with me. They preferred how it was. Even I was a bit shocked at first, saying maybe they weren't the wrong decision. But after I played it a bit, I thought no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the TTK change because it is different. And I thought if they changed it back into the next season, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind whatsoever. But they changed it a little bit beforehand. I think it's been a little bit over 3 weeks now since the change occurred. So they changed it pretty fast since everyone started complaining about it. And first of all, if you're fucking complaining about it, and worst of all, I saw these comments made by professional players and all that other stuff saying, if you like it, you're a fucking noob, you're fucking bad at the game, all this sort of shit. Don't fucking attack the players. Don't attack for your fucking opinion. If it's your opinion, you say, I'm not a big fan of it. Can you change it? Don't do that shit. I've seen many pro players that I think, right, you get off the fucking board. Don't act like a fucking filthy brat. This is a game, alright? This is a game that you put money into. In fact, they pay you to be at Pro League tournaments. Don't take the fucking piss, okay? I've seen some people saying that I don't like the change. They've been quite formal about it. I like it. I like their response to it. And I can understand the complaints. I certainly can. Changing the time to kill, especially as this isn't like the new game, a lot is certainly jarring. And I personally think that possibly Respawn should have stuck to the guts and said, no, this is how it's going to go. But I can't control you, Respawn, and in fact this is probably the best consumer friendly move because I am one in a million that prefers it, prefer the change, and I know that for certain. And of course, you have the right to disagree with me. I'm not denying that. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people on Reddit, and I've seen a lot of people on the pro scene, and I've seen a lot of people on YouTube saying, "Thank you for the change. It is now much better. We can actually, what they said was actually, we can play it now." I'm like, you could play it beforehand. You're just being a spoiled brat. And that kind of pissed me off in a way, but hey, it's all in the past now. We're all enjoying it. We've all got community together, and the game is staying as strong as it ever will be. I think they did maybe lose a few players right afterwards. That's probably why they kind of changed it almost immediately. Um, but still, I understand why they did it. I understand, but I'm just thinking to myself, right? God, come on. I love Apex to bits, and I love the changes that they continuously make. Because if every season felt the same, I would happily have left it by now. No doubt in my mind, I would have left it. It would have been the back of my memory. I would have uninstalled it. Sure as hell that would have happened. But I haven't, because each season feels fresh and different. I come back to it. I play at least once a week. I make sure of that, and I have to come up with these titles that drive me crazy every week. Of course, you get the streaming schedule later on, but you can also see it on my Instagram or my Twitter, or even on my Twitch if you want. Come watching me on there. I actually failed at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 today. Again, that is just a friendly reminder that I do more stuff than just YouTube. SlothGamer12 on Twitter, SlothGamer121. No, sorry, other way around. SlothGamer12 on Instagram, SlothGamer121 on Twitter, and SlothGamer12 on Twitch TV. Sorry, I just need to implement this somehow, because we have also got Apex on Friday, which I'm very much looking forward to, and I'd love for you to join me. So, back to the Evo change. They also came with like a lot of different bug testing. This was basically going to be a bug testing thing, and this kind of also pushed me to discuss, like, there's one thing on Twitter with I do follow a lot of Respawn devs, so Tom Castiello, for the lore-based sort of stuff, and I will always look at him going, oh, really? He's a very interesting person to follow. He's very like-minded on political issues, which is outstanding, especially as an American. I also follow the project lead for Apex Legends, Todd McFarlane. No, I can't remember. Is it Todd McFarlane? I can't remember. I follow a lot of the devs anyway. So one of the devs actually spoke about having a private test server, which people can join to test out some improvements that could have been made into future seasons. Now, I think this is a very good idea. If you're listening, Respawn, please do it. Do it. Because this not only will avoid events like we had with the Evo change, or the shield change anyway, how that's dealt, or the TTK. That's what we're calling it now, the TTK experience. But I think that if you put that out there, I'm hoping you do it for both PC and console, because I do not want to start another character, and but I'll be up for anything, to be fair. Any sort of change that would genuinely change the entire outlook of Apex, like the TTK, like, I'm guessing, like a certain gun getting removed. I'd love to get that sort of just love to see that sort of shit on a private test server. Maybe because Apex kind of gets it's now got a studio show themselves, so they're working not only just in the main office of wherever. I think it's in like LA or something, at Respawn anyway. But I'm genuinely intrigued about how, and then they've got the one in Quebec dedicated to Apex Legends. So this is continuously evolving. It's going to get bigger and better each season. And I think season 7 is when Quebec is probably going to come in and go, right, this is happening. And I'd love to see what that, because the bigger size of the team, I'd love to see it. Genuinely love to see that sort of shit. But the private test server is a very good idea. Can you genuinely put in some effort and say that this private test server shouldn't just be for PC, like the Rainbow Six Siege has done, or even Player Unknown's Battlegrounds has also done in the past. But just recognise that maybe console also deserves a private test server. Something to think about. Just something to think about. But yeah, I'm getting off track now. How about we move on to our next topic? Have we got off of? Oh no! Well, no, it's actually good. I get to bitch about Activision. Oh, love this part of the day. Oh, my least favourite publisher. How I get to talk and moan about you being the twats you are. I was going to use a different word, but YouTube really will put me in the ground. I want to complain about YouTube one day, but I think they'll just get rid of me. They'll say to me like, get off our platform. I'm like, yeah, it's understandable. But yeah. So we got to talk about Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, next gen price £70. Or, well, $70 or 65 quid in the UK. Right, this is a fucking piss take, okay? 7 years ago, the beginning of this generation, I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 for 30 quid. I'm now paying 60 quid, double that price for an inferior games. It's a fucking piss take, and they say, oh, we haven't upped the price in ages. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. You've taken the fucking piss. Years ago, we could get cheap games in the UK, and you're just taking the fucking right piss with this one. You don't need as much money as you're gonna still give us microtransactions. Next generation. And I genuinely hope people come to their senses and say, maybe we don't buy games for the next generation consoles, because publishers will, if they had the chance, they would generally say to you, we want to say that the next game's going to cost 100 quid. Yeah, because we're going to give it all to the developers, won't we? No, it won't. No, that is a bullshit excuse that everyone uses. They will not give it to the developers. They will not create new jobs. They will not do all this other stuff as some people have promised. Do you know what they're going to do? They're going to give it to other people that don't deserve it. The people like investors, like the CEOs, Bobby fucking Devil Kotick. Oh, God, I hate that man. Actually despise him. He is not even a man. He's inferior. I compare him to fucking Donald Trump and fucking Boris Johnson if I could. Those two twats deserve... All three of them deserve each other. Both fat fucks. Oh, just don't buy their games. Especially their next generation titles. It's disgusting to even hear that. 7 years ago, if let's say it's the next generation of consoles, they're trying to obviously... Oh shit, I hurt myself. How did I do that? Anyway. Yeah, but I'm paying what? If I go into the next generation console, it's been 7 years, I've got to pay 40 odd quid more than I did 7 years ago for a game. It's ridiculous. We were at a pinnacle point where I could say, yeah, games are getting too expensive now. I don't want to say that. Games shouldn't be expensive. Everyone should be involved in this sort of shit. I genuinely want people to come in, and I don't want celebrities just because, oh, they're a big time celebrity. I don't want to be paying 70 quid for a game. It's outrageous. It's stupid. It's unbearable. It's not right. Gaming should be accessible for a lot of people, wealthy or not wealthy. And yet people are making it so expensive. It's a fucking piss take. No, I will not be buying Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Stupid fucking title, by the way. Because you want to put on a fucking Black Ops. Why don't you call it Black Ops 5? Black Ops, whatever. I don't give a shit. Honestly, I think Call of Duty should have died ages ago. But that's my personal opinion. I'm biased in that. I'm not a big time Call of Duty person. I've never been. I've known what their bullshit is like. And they're taking the fucking piss. No. No way in fucking hell am I going to buy that game. And neither should you. Here's the reasons. Alright, let's say it has a good... let's say it has a good single player. Buy on the previous generation of consoles, of course. Why not? You shouldn't make us... Even EA... The EA that I've just complained 20 minutes about is not making you upgrade for only extra price. What Activision is doing is making you pay $10 extra or £5 extra, or no, but it's not going to be like that actually. I think I'm going to generally say right now it's going to be £70. As much as they're saying, oh, it's going to be £65. No, it's not. I'm going to call bullshit on that one. Because it's going to go into there and say, you got to pay £70. So, £70. You got to pay $10 extra, $10 extra, $10 extra whatever, just to play the next gen upgrade, which you won't see. You will not get double frame rate. Multiplayer games have a standard frame rate. You'll probably get locked in at the minimum of 60 frames. That is my prediction. There will not be any use for it. In fact, don't even buy Call of Duty this year. Don't stand for this bullshit. Call of Duty Modern Warfare had a lot of players excited for the Call of Duty franchise. But this is Activision dipping their toes back into their oily fucking hands, into the disgusting nature of microtransactions, to the greediness. It's disgusting. No, Activision. No, you do not deserve it. You do not deserve it. You treat your employees like garbage. You treat your customers like garbage. And you sure as hell don't deserve my money. I know a lot of people are genuinely pissed off with this. Genuinely people that cannot afford to buy the next generation of games. They buy limited games a year. And that is understandable. They have a house, they have rent, they have everything like that. And then this year, where we are losing our jobs, where we are losing the economy is going down in fucking flames, they expect us to pay an extra £10? Fuck off, mate. Fuck right off. You don't deserve our money. You do not deserve anything. You are taking the piss. This year has been shit. And I hope this year you get less sales. I hope you get burning in fucking hell. I hope, genuinely, you rethink your strategy about next generation titles. Because I'm not paying £70 for a game. I am not paying £70 to pay... to even play a title from you. I'm generally trying to avoid stuff. As much as I pains me to buy nostalgia, that is the first good game in years. In years that you have produced. I've genuinely hated your games. I know a lot of people like Crash Bandicoot. I'm not a big fan, but I can respect that. I can respect all that sort of stuff. And yet, you generally have a side of you that is just entirely bullshit and you have not produced a good game. So unless you generally start creating good games, unique games, worth the $70 price tag that you desperately want to set, give us a reason, but do not do it now. You're idiots for thinking that this would work. £70 when the world is at shit rates? No, you're idiots. Fools even. We are about to hit 1 million COVID deaths. Do you know what? Those deaths could have been potential customers. But yet you want to put up the price. I can't say this to anyone with certainty and say, yeah, buy it. It's going to be worth the price. No, it's not. Because we're going to get the same shit that we got since 2005. A shit story. A shit multiplayer. Shit game. Just stop, Activision. Just stop. It's pissing me right off. And frankly, it should be pissing a lot more people off. But, again, some people are idiots, sports gamers. are idiots for coping with the amount of shit that's being shoveled out by EA, and first-person shooters, just Call of Duty just sucks. Just get out. Just get out, Activision. Just get out. Oh, that was enjoyable. Fuck you, Activision, man. This will be kind of a short one because I don't know what to say about this, because I didn't expect this to actually be the new news story. Avengers game divides customer base. What I mean by that is that half people think it's great, other half think it's shit. I've played the demo. I think it's shit. I'm not saying anyone has bad game choices, except for sports gamers and people who play Call of Duty. I'm joking, of course. You have your own thing. I can respect that. Just don't pay Activision. For fuck's sake, don't pay Activision. But yeah, I don't know what to say about this. This is, as much as I like to think about, like, you need to have good taste in game design. But no, you don't. You just need to enjoy one game, and it doesn't need to be the game that everyone else likes. That's not what gaming is about. Do you know what gaming is about? It's about inclusivity. If you enjoy a game, great. Alright, maybe it's not being reviewed as well. Who bloody cares? If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. That probably made the director of that game probably really happy, because they thought, the people who put time and effort into that game, and maybe it reviewed like shit, but at least you enjoyed it. And that's what I need to say right now. It doesn't matter about my opinion on in each independent game. I am one person. I am one person very critical of publishers about how they treat people, because they don't produce a product. They make other companies do that. They make their own separate companies, like Raven Entertainment, Ravensoft, or whatever you want to call them, and they make the products. Activision just goes, we'll do a bit of advertising. There you go. Game developers will always be an exception in my eye. You cannot have a go at them. Just don't. Just don't be a little brat. That's all I'm saying. But with this, yeah, sure, if you enjoyed the game, you enjoyed the game. I'm not going to deny that. But if you're playing on the Xbox One X or just the Xbox One, I want to have to say an awful truth to you. You're getting an inferior product. Let me just say that right now. That is the awful truth. And it's not your fault. God, no. It's not your fault that you chose Xbox. It's not your fault that that this deal was made. This was the fault from the Sony and fucking Square Enix. This is not the fault of consumers, as everyone likes to point out. This is the fault of the publisher. So I do feel really bad for you, because you're going to get one less character, one less story, one less everything, and that's not right. You're missing out on stuff. And it's a game that you genuinely enjoy, that I genuinely say to you, good. Genuinely good. I feel good that you like the product, but please be careful. Please. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up, because I thought I was going to make that into like a 5-minute segment. But I can only say about 3 minutes, because I genuinely want to be nice to the people playing this game. Because I genuinely feel like they deserve... They take so much shit from other people. Why would I want to beat them up for a game they enjoyed? That is not who I am. I am the type of person that will say, yeah, if you enjoyed a game, you enjoyed a game. I'll take the piss out of you, certainly, but not in a harsh way. I'll never say in a harsh way. That's why I'll never... and I will never take the piss out of people who buy microtransactions. You did not put it there. The publishers did. You were kind of forced into that, making that decision, saying, do I want to buy it? So, genuinely, if you enjoyed Avengers, good. That's good. And I hope it has a strong life. I hope it improves. I hope more people come to it. But at the moment, it's not worth the entry for me and a lot of people. So, we've got. I want to talk about the streaming schedule. You can, like I said, I did say earlier, you can look up the streaming schedule on Twitch TV, twitch.tv. You can also look at Instagram. You can also look at Twitter and all that. But sorry, but what I will say on this podcast. So Monday we've got Pro Skater 1 and 2. Tuesday we've got Tell Me Why episode 3. Wednesday we've got Grounded Evolution. Thursday Tell Me Why episode 4. Friday we've got Apex Legends the Evo change, as I talked about earlier, which will be interesting to look at, to see how everything's changed, especially how it's been reverted. And let's just actually see if I can actually do any better. But yeah, that's everything that I need to talk about in this episode of Updated. So we're gonna probably end it there. Thank you so much for watching. It generally has been a nice treat to come back to this. And if you got this far in the video, I'd love to wish me luck for tomorrow's interview for a co-op job tomorrow. That'd be really helpful. I really want to start being honest about everything in my daily life. I really want to get to know you people as much as I tell you about myself. That's my aim for this channel. I don't want this to be like everyone be this anonymous person as I have been in the past. I want to give you my life details. I'll keep some out, sure, but that's my own personal reasons for it. And it probably won't be for my own personal reasons, but probably that person has probably said to me, like, don't say anything. But this is a channel that you can genuinely get to know me. And that's why I'm telling you right now, I have got a job interview for the go up tomorrow. So if you've got to the end of the video, wish me luck. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. And if you enjoy the content that I create on this channel, press the subscribe button. And I will see you on the next thing I create. Bye-bye!